Hey guys, welcome back to Lex Biz. I'm Tatiana, and today I'm going to give you an overview about how Amazon FBA works. I'm going to try and make it short, so I'm not going to talk too much in this intro, but one thing you guys need to know is understand what private labeling is. Private labeling is where I find a product that I want to manufacture, and then I find a manufacturer that can manufacture that product, and I slap my logo, my branding, my packaging on that product. So for example, if I want to source this camera case right here, then I would find a manufacturer that is already creating these products, and I would just have my logo placed on here instead of this person's logo. That's private labeling. However, with Amazon FBA, I don't really recommend you just copy all of your competitors because you're not differentiating yourself. You want to improve the product to the best of its ability, because when you improve the product based on customers' feedback and reviews, then you're ultimately giving your customers a better quality product, and that's going to render them with a better customer experience. And that's how you build a sustainable brand. You don't just sell crap to people, because if you sell crap to people, they're going to leave you negative reviews and you're just not going to have any sales. You want to deliver the highest quality possible product. Okay, so step number one is product research. This is so important. If you don't have the proper product research, you're going to end up sourcing a product that you thought was good, but it's just not in demand on Amazon, and you're just not going to see those sales. So it's not a really good idea. And so you have to spend the time, you have to commit the time, and you have to know what to research. You have to know, okay, this is what I need to look for in a product. And if you don't know that, that's when it takes you weeks and months to pick a product, because you have no idea what to look for. So that's where a really good course will come in. It's going to teach you everything that you need to look for. Number three is you need to contact suppliers. So once you decided that, hey, I want to source this camera case, now I need to find suppliers that can do that for me. And so I might source locally, so I might Google, suppliers locally, or I might source overseas. And so I might use Alibaba or a different place that I can find suppliers overseas. Now, if you're not sure whether or not you should source locally or overseas, please click on this video right here. It's going to help help you with that decision, because there are pros and cons to sourcing locally, and the same with overseas. Number four, while you're contacting suppliers, it might take some time to hear back from everyone, and you want to get a good list of suppliers, about 10 or 15 suppliers that you contact. During that time, you can now create your logo, your packaging, your branding, all of that artistic stuff. So you could hire a freelancer on Upwork, you could hire people on Fiverr, or if you know someone locally or have a friend that knows how to do that stuff, awesome. So you want to get that stuff done as soon as possible. Number five, once you've narrowed down your list from 15 suppliers to 3 or 4 suppliers, then you request samples. So now you ask the suppliers, hey, I would love to have a sample from you. I'd like to test out your product before moving forward with a full order. And so then they ship those products to you. Once you receive all your samples, you analyze the products, you kind of figure out, okay, which one's the highest quality, which one's not, and the highest quality wins. And number 6, you contact that supplier, you place your initial order. So you tell them, hey, I would like to place an order of 1,000 units, here's my deposit, and then your supplier works on it. So that supplier might take 20, 30, 40 days to complete that order, so that's a long time to wait. So number 7, while the manufacturer is now working on your products, you now have time to work on everything else. So you can start setting up your Amazon listing, you can start getting product photos done, you can start setting up your social media, your website, your blog, you can set up your autoresponder campaigns with Feedback Genius. So there's a lot of stuff that you can work on while you're waiting for that order. Number 8, your supplier emails you and your goods are done, so you're ready to you're ready to ship your order. But before you ship your order, you want to make sure that everything looks good. So you hire a third-party inspection service. And so if you don't know what that is, again, I have a video here that really goes into detail. I highly recommend watching this one about third-party inspection service and why you need them. Basically what they do is the service will now inspect the products, make sure everything's good, there's nothing broken, there's nothing low quality, and everything's good. If everything's good, that's awesome. If it's not, then they tell your supplier, and your supplier now will have to decide whether or they're going to reimburse you or fix the products and make new ones. Number 9, if everything is well, you can now ship your goods to Amazon. But before you do that, you need to make a shipping plan on Amazon Seller Central. Because if you just ship items to Amazon, Amazon doesn't know that there's an incoming shipment. They need to be notified. So you log into your Amazon Seller Central account and you create a shipping plan, which now notifies Amazon that, hey, expect to receive this shipment at this time, you know? So if you guys want to know how to do that, I actually do have a step-by-step video training on how to ship products to Amazon. Very in-depth. I highly recommend you watch it. So if you want that, you can click the link below in the description of this video, which is to my free video training series. I have 4 different videos, tutorials, which will help you to learn how to sell on Amazon. Number 10, your goods now arrive at the Amazon warehouse. Awesome. But now what? So now you want to start making sales. So number 11 is you need to prioritize getting reviews and getting ranked. Because when your goods arrive at the Amazon warehouse and you release your listing, it becomes active, you're most likely going to be on page like 15, 20, 30. You're not going to be on page number 1. And so your goal is to get as close as possible to page number 1. And so you have to do a number of things to get there. And number 12, to continue the whole process, once you start getting the momentum, you start making the sales, you start getting real reviews from those customers, you can now look at those reviews and you can take them to heart. You can say, okay, this person didn't like the zipper of my camera bag, I'm gonna improve that. So before you place your next order with your supplier, you contact them and be like, you know, everything was great, except I would like to improve this zipper. Are you able to replace it with a different zipper? And your supplier says yes or no, and then you improve the product and place your second order. And basically that's the process, guys. You place the order, you ship it to Amazon, you make the sales, place another order, you ship it to Amazon, you make the sales. And so for some people, they grow their business super fast. Other people, it takes a little bit longer. But that's how you start seeing those profits. That's when you can start eventually to pay yourself. And you know, some people, they end up quitting their full-time jobs and just doing Amazon full-time. So having said that, those are all the steps, basically an overview of selling on Amazon, but people get stuck. And where do people get stuck? I want to give you just 3 areas that people get stuck based on my experience with doing coaching with people over the years. The first is very early on. It's during the product research phase. So a lot of people get into analysis paralysis. They don't know what to look for. They can't make a decision because they feel like it's such a big deal, and they get very scared, and so they don't know how to decide between products, and so they spend months to pick a product, and that is not okay, guys, because time is money. You want to move forward as quick as possible, so that is no. So that's the big area people get stuck, and that's really why you need to invest in a comprehensive training course. Because if you're just watching Google, if you're just watching YouTube and asking Google questions, you might not come up with a list of requirements of what to look for in a product. And if you take a course, they're going to give you that and so much more. Number 2 is they think that it is a piece of cake. So a lot of people, they underestimate the amount of work it takes to have an Amazon business. And it's true that selling on Amazon is fairly easy in comparison to many other careers. It's much easier than going to university for 4 years. It's much easier than a lot of careers that people do on a daily basis. But you still need to put in the work. You still need to have the work ethic and the drive and the motivation and put in the hours. And so a lot of people, they don't expect it to be as much as it is, and they don't take it seriously enough to persevere. And so a lot of people, they just say, oh, I just wanted to make $1,000 a month, but I have to do all this work. And so they just don't want to move forward with it. But really, you do need to kind of set everything up. Once everything's set up, it becomes a bit easier. You get momentum, but it is an initial, dedication of time. Number 3 is this idea that all I have to do is source a product that sells really well and then put it on Amazon, and then it's just going to sit there and make the sales for me. That's very rare. If you found a product like that, awesome. I call those golden nugget products, but that's very rare. And so for people to just put the product on Amazon, improve the Amazon listing, improve the pictures, the title, the keywords, and then turn on PPC ads and then hope that the sales come is, it's not really realistic. Sure, that can work sometimes, but for the most part, a lot of people have to do more work than that. And so you have to do external marketing, you might have to do social media. There's a lot of other factors that contribute to this. And so a lot of people get stuck when they kind of put the product on Amazon and they expect magic to happen and it doesn't, and then they don't know what else to do. So actually, this is something that I really help specialize with, especially the branding aspect. I work with people who sell on Amazon FBA. I help them to kind of figure out, okay, how can we get your listing to be better? How can we get you more sales? How can we improve the customer's experience? How can we create a brand out of this? You know, not just sell products on Amazon, but actually create a brand that is sustainable that you can later take off of Amazon so you don't have all your eggs in one basket. So if you guys want to learn more about my training and all this Amazon FBA stuff and get the free video training, just click on the link below in the description. It's going to share all of that information with you guys. Basically, that's it. That's the overview. That's how Amazon FBA works. A brief overview. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who could benefit from this, and comment below if you do have any questions. All right, guys, let's see you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell symbol so you get notified whenever I've got a new video. I highly recommend that you click the link in the description so you can subscribe to my mailing list so I can send you free Amazon FBA video trainings. And if you want to continue watching, I recommend one of these videos here. So click it.